Okay, using a copy and paste method to do some restoration work or retouching work comes in very handy on an image something like this. You've got some bigger areas that need to be fixed up, and you can do it sometimes a lot more efficiently with using copy and paste. For example, let me zoom in here. I'm zooming in with my scroll wheel, and if I look at this crack right here in this old photo, and there's a good area right in here. So if I take my elliptical marquee, and or my rectangular marquee like that, and actually let's set the feathering to about 10 pixels so you get a fairly soft edge. And I want to be doing a new selection here, so I'm going to click that, and let's just draw a selection around this, around that area here. Drag the selection over here. Okay, now I can do Control C for copy and do Control V for paste. It pasted onto a new layer in the exact same registration as the original pixels. But if I go to my Move tool, I can now drag this over and right there, position it like that, and you can see right now it has blended it real well. Okay, I can continue doing that process. Let's say I go over, let's take another look here. Let's do this area right here. So if I take this, again, I'm going to make a selection like this, move it over here, Control C, Control V. Oops, I need to be on the right layer. Let's go on my background layer. Control C, Control V. It came on this layer right here, layer 2. Okay, move it, reposition it like that, and there's a slight difference in tone there, but not too serious, and we'll fix that up later. So you could do a number of objects like this, a number of areas before you get to the clone stamp and healing brush to do the finished things. But for example, if I zoom in here, I'm seeing right here there's a little bit difference in tone there yet. Okay, so if you do a number of these, you may want to go ahead and do some flattening. You can either, if you are on this layer right here, you can do Control E, that's E as in Edward, will merge down once, let's merge it down again into my background layer. And now I can take my, let's see, healing brush. Where's my healing brush? Here's my healing brush. And you could then make your brush a little bigger with your right square bracket key, do a sample, just trace along there to blend that a little bit, and so forth, and just blend those edges on those pasted areas. So it's a way to do some of these things a little faster at times. Like for example, here's another case down here. If I want to take this crack here, if I go to my elliptical marquee, do a selection, drag it over, Control C, Control V, move it back into place, and you've pretty well eliminated that thing without having to do any more work with it, because even if I zoom in, it's pretty hard to distinguish where the edges are. You could maybe do a little touch-up right here if you wanted to, but really not necessary. If I just go ahead and merge that down, Control E, and it's gone, and I'm good to go. So some of those things work a lot faster doing that, and then you go back and do all the small areas with either the clone stamp or healing brush to fix those things up.